I've been in front of artworks, and I've had really powerful experiences. It holds me there, it makes me wonder. There's a connection, I think, between works of art through different times. I think they probably come from the same source. There might be a river or something, and this river of creativity is what connects these artworks together. And so if my work could do that for just one bit, for someone, I think I'd be happy with that. My work came out of a question of what are you bringing to the table? What's new to this 10,000 years of ceramic history? A question that was seeking something that was authentic, something that was my own, something that could be new. I started drawing on objects that I made, and the objects and the narratives had a direct relationship. It wasn't necessarily to tell a story, but to capture the essence of a story. And so to do that, I went back to where I felt most alive. I was born in Oaxaca. I lived there until the age of 10. My friends and I, we all spend our days outside all day, just playing in the street. So in '89, I came here to Los Angeles. I did the same thing here, spending all day outside playing. The neighborhoods were probably not the best neighborhoods to be outside all day. In my teen years, instead of going to summer camp or summer school, we would spend our days in the SERRANO street drinking beer, getting into fights, Eventually, you grow up. You see other people making the wrong choices, and you decide to make other choices. So I ended up in college, not forgetting where I was coming from. I have a great love for Mexico, and there's a lot of influence from the Mexican culture in my work. But some of us see ourselves as being from both the US and Mexico, and maybe not having too many distinctions.
This one's a little stiff, more stiff than the others. Yeah.
Is it? Not that. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. I like fighting with my work. It's not all pleasant. It's not all pretty. Sometimes I go in the studio and I'm not happy with what's going on, and I have to fight with my work. My goal is just to keep it alive. But they don't make them like they used to. I knew that I wanted to make a form that had some interesting textures, some interesting movements, because the images are going to be invited by all these structures. I spend time with the form as it's drawing. I'll start thinking about what images could exist in this form. I don't think I decided, I'm going to become an artist. In my childhood, there was always a creative side of me. And I think I carried that creativity into my teen years through graffiti. So as a kid, in a sense, I had an artistic practice, whether you want to call it that or not. My earliest works were influenced by black and white prison drawings and the rich pictorial imagery of the great Mexican muralists. This piece actually started with this little guy, with that little image. I knew that with this form, I wanted to do something that had to do with resilience. And so this coyote, I thought about this coyote, how it can survive, and then other images that has to do with resilience and survival and growth and overcoming and resistance came about. I wanted to live life according to my own sort of, I don't want to say rules, but determinations. So this sense of autonomy, where did it come from? I thought about it more and more. Well, it came from the patriarchy I grew up in, under, headed by my grandfather. In his youth, he was a famous bull rider, fearless, right? He was the sailor of his ship. But with that, I think, also came the ideals of the patriarchy, ideals of masculinity that were outdated, didn't make sense in the world that I was living or that I was choosing to live in. You know, some of them have to do with honor, with valor, being fearless, but others are not so positive. I have an image of my uncle looking into the patio where I used to play. He's paralyzed now. He was beaten quite violently and maybe left for death because he was gay. With this piece, I was thinking about those very somewhat violent attitudes that have to do with a masculine identity. As kids, my cousin and I were expected to help people sacrificing a goat. But of course, we couldn't flinch, so they would give us a shot of mezcal to wash away our fear. And so I thought about this attitude of how you suppress certain emotions, such as fear. And I think, you know, art is the perfect vehicle to express ideas that maybe you cannot express with words. The creativity I invest in my work, it's similar to the creativity I invest in teaching. I get thirsty when I talk, so I have to keep drinking tequila. I mean, water. For me, it's not only teaching the material, the techniques of clay, the safety involved, but also it's about opening doors of opportunities, doors of creativity. I mean, who isn't fascinated by clay, right? Once you see somebody using this lump of dirt and making something on the wheel, is somewhat magical. And I'm going to squeeze, and I'm going to follow the clay. I don't think clay has any nationality, right? Because it's a material that has been used for thousands of years by people before there were even nations. And so I think when people learn to work with clay, they access something that it's very human, something where skin color or nationalities or political beliefs or religion or gender has nothing to do with it, yeah? But really, honestly, the most important aspect of ceramics is just to like do things over and over again until it's perfect.